I don't even know why I bothered changing clothes, to be honest. We all know that I'm filming all of these videos on the same day, right? Cool, glad we cleared that up. Hello everyone, I'm Katrina and today I'm going to be sharing with you my TBR pile for the reading quest. Now if you don't know what this is, I'm so excited to share it with you because I think it is a genius idea. So it's inspired by video games and it's kind of like an adventure reading quest. It sounds amazing, it is. I'm so excited for it. This reading game challenge was created by Aentee of Read at Midnight, and all of the character artwork that's included in like the bingo board and the character cards were created by CW from Read, Think, Ponder. The reading quest starts on August 13th and finishes on September 10th. So this is a 4-week long quest adventure. Now I do have a link to my blog post down below where you can see the bingo card and my character card, but I also have a link to the sign up post on Read at Midnight's blog. She has all of the information, all of the rules, everything you need to know about the reading quest, because I'm not going to dive into all of the information, but I will give you just a very brief rundown. So there is a bingo card, 5 across and 5 down, that have different challenges and you've got to read books to tick off those boxes. But the way that you work yourself around the board is along a different path depending on your character class. So there are 4 different character classes: Knight, Bard, Mage and Rogue, and they each start at different points on the bingo board and then you follow their path, and if you finish all of the books on that path you can continue onto the next character class path. There are also 9 different side quests that are in the middle of the bingo board which you can do at any time. But that is not all. There are also experience points and health points which you can acquire in various ways, but just be sure to check out the official sign up post because it has all of the information that you will need. And this is a proper competition as well. Like the person that receives the most points overall will win a prize. Guys, join in, it's gonna be so much fun. Or don't join in so I've got more chance of winning. That's a very brief rundown of what the reading quest actually is. So I'm going to share with you what character class I have chosen and which books are on my TBR pile. I decided to start along the rogue path, and the main idea for this is to read underrated books and books that have been on your TBR pile for a really long time. If you're looking at the bingo board, I start at the very bottom right hand corner of the board and then I work my way across and then up, continuing along the mage path next. And originally I was trying to decide between the rogue and the mage paths, and then when I saw the bingo card I was like, oh, they're right next to each other. Why don't I just start on one and then continue into the other one, because I'm sure I can read that much. Well, I'll hope so anyway. At the moment I've put together a TBR pile for all of the rogue path, most of the mage path and a couple of the side quests, but I will be updating my blog post if there are any extra books that I want to do. As the time draws near I'll just update the blog post, so if you want to keep an eye on that you definitely can. Throughout the reading quest as well, I just want to let you know that I will be posting weekly updates on the blog. So at the end of each week I will be doing an update of what I've read, how much I've read, how many XP and HP points I have, but I will also be vlogging the experience as well. At this point I'm not sure if I'm going to do weekly vlogs as well or if I'm just going to do a whole wrap up. That would be an extremely long video since this is about 4 weeks long, so if you guys have a preference definitely let me know and that'll help me make my decision. But now for my TBR pile. The first spot on the bingo card for me is to read a banned book, and I've decided to go with Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the illustrated edition by J.K. Rowling. I was originally hoping to read this during the biannual bibliothon. It didn't happen and I still really want to read it, so gonna dive into this and be a rogue. Read a book with a partially obscured face on the cover, and for this I've decided to go with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. Now the first 4 days of the reading quest coincide with a Tome Topple readathon. Since this one is quite a large book, I will be reading this for both the Tome Topple readathon and the reading quest, so hopefully it just lines up well, we shall see. A book with less than 500 ratings on Goodreads, and for this I've decided to go with They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. Because this book is not yet out, it doesn't have 500 ratings on Goodreads, so am I kind of cheating the system? Maybe a little bit. At the moment it doesn't have 500 anyway, hopefully it doesn't by the time I get around to it. I don't know. But having an ARC copy of this one, I do want to read and review it before it comes out in September. A book published by a small press, and for this one I've decided to go with Grey Veil by Lynette Noni. This is the 4th book in the Madoran Chronicles, and I'm actually one of Lynette Noni's critique readers, so I will be reading this book. It's not quite finished, but I'm still classifying it as a book because it will be coming out next year, early next year, sometime around that time. But I definitely do need to read this one soon, so it is high priority. This last box is actually at the very end of the Rogue path and the beginning of the Mage path, and that is to read a book book with one word in the title, I've chosen Moonrise by Sarah Crossan. This is a verse novel, so definitely ideal for a readathon quest adventure type thing because it shouldn't take me quite as long to read despite the size. So after finishing all 5 of those, I will then be allowed to continue along the mage path, a book that contains magic, and for this I've decided to go with The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This is kind of tentative because I will also be reading it during the Tome Topple readathon, and I will likely begin this at the start of the Tome Topple readathon, which is a little early for the reading quest. Considering the size, I probably won't have finished it by the time the reading quest starts, so hopefully I can at least read half of it. I'm not sure if that really counts. I guess I can find another magic book otherwise. A book based on mythology, and for this I've gone with Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. Can you guess what type of mythology this is? I bet you can't. A book set in a different world, and for this I've gone with Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. This is one that I'm planning to buddy read with my friend Red from Little Red Reader, and this spot on the board I believe is the very beginning of whatever class is next. I wasn't paying that much attention. If I do manage to read all of those, then I can continue on with a different class, but I doubt that I will read this many books, so I'm just stopping it at the end of the mage path. Even still, I have put 2 books aside from the side quests. At the moment, a lot of the challenges within the side quests are ones that I just don't think I'll really be able to do at the moment, but these 2 I should hopefully be able to. For the side quest mini game, which is to read a graphic novel, novella, or poetry collection, I've decided to go with Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan Maguire. This is definitely a novella. It's tiny. For the side quest expansion, which is to read a companion novel or a short story, I've chosen Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Seanan Maguire, which is a companion to Every Heart a Doorway. So here is most of my TBR pile that I've put together for the reading quest. Yes, it is ambitious. I will be back at uni at that stage, so there's going to be a lot more going on. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be so much fun. I think this is such a great idea, just a really fun way to go about reading because it's slightly more competitive than your average readathon. I think that's about all that I really needed to talk about in this video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're participating in the reading quest as well, definitely send a link to your TBR pile, video, blog post, whatever it is, so I can take a look as well. I hope you're excited about it, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. But until then, I will talk to you in the comments. Bye!